Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and with me today I have the lovable Casey Briggs and Lucas Lamke, and we are here to give our preview and predictions for WWE Great Balls of Fire. And yes, that is the pay-per-view name. Jesus. Gentlemen, how are you guys today?
Woo! I'm all right. Hanging in there.
Same, just, right of the 4th of July.
All right. Let's get into this show here. I don't know how did you guys enjoy the go-home edition of Raw before this real quick?
I forgot what it was. I already forgot about it.
That explains it.
Yeah, I already forgot about it. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah. Yep. I know that Roman jumped out of the driver's seat of an ambulance. That's all I remember.
I remember that.
Pretty silly. Let's get into the show. We believe the pre-show match is going to be Goldust versus R-Truth. Goldust has a new refined character, I should say. And R-Truth is trying to combat that character because Goldust turned on him and they were former tag team partners, and WWE's in the business of splitting up tag teams these days. So, gentlemen, for this pick, who are you taking? Casey, have you started off, sir?
Goldust. I just figure he's the one that reinvented himself, so they're probably going to give him the W to keep that reinvention going.
And I definitely think that his character would spark interest with you because of the movie references, and his character is timeless. With that face paint on, he still looks like he's from 1995. He just debuted. Nothing different about the guy.
Yeah. I definitely like the old school aspect with this reinvention, but I mean, we'll see ultimately like how far it goes. But in this match, yeah, he's definitely going to beat R-Truth.
Lucas, who are you taking for the win on this one?
I'm the same. Goldust. I don't see why you pick Truth. Doesn't make any sense. I think Goldust's about to retire anyway. Like they're doing like one last hurrah with Goldust.
I'm not sure what they're going to do with him.
I kind of heard that they were, so I figure he's going to win this.
I am taking Goldust as well because I don't see this feud ending quite yet. So I will stick with it. And actually, I think this has been better built up than some of the other matches on the card. Dean Ambrose and Miz.
Yeah.
So that looks like all three of us are taking Goldust for the win. On the show, we're going to start off with the Cruiserweight Championship match. We have Neville, who I think has done a phenomenal job as a heel champion, versus Akira Tozawa, who I'm assuming will be with Titus O'Neil, part of the Titus brand. Lucas, who do you have taking that one?
I had Neville. I mean, he's still doing so well with it. I don't see why you take it off and give it to Akira Tozawa. I mean, I like Akira Tozawa, but I feel like you'd give it to Austin Aries first before you give it to Tozawa. So that's my theory.
Casey?
Oh, well, I mean, I've told you, CJ, what I think should happen with this Cruiserweight Championship. You know who I think should drop down to the Cruiserweight division to challenge Neville. So obviously I've got Neville holding on to the title here.
Take that for the next match.
Yeah, I got Neville retaining here because in my mind I've got plans for Neville. Because I agree with you, Conrad. He's been doing amazing as the Cruiserweight champion.
Yes, I am also going to go with Neville, same as you guys. It's too early for it, and I think there's only two other options at this point to take the title off of him, and one of them will be coming up soon, and I'm sure me and Casey will talk about it because we agree with one of the options. And the other one is Cedric Alexander, if anyone's curious as to who my other person would be, possibly. We go to the big split between Enzo Amore and Big Cass. I guess I'll talk real quick about this one since you guys went first for the other ones. I felt this team still had legs. I don't know why. I thought it was a little bit too early to break them up. I know some people say, you got to break them up while they're hot. You got to do it now. I don't think it was time to do it, and I feel like Enzo and Big Cass got shafted because of the Hardy Boys coming back. I think WrestleMania, that was their moment until they found out we got the Hardy Boys, so scratch that. We're giving the belts to them. Big Cass as a heel, so far he's done great mic work, and he's been fine by himself. And Enzo did a great job, I think, on Monday of cutting the promo. He had me interested in Raw, and then it was downhill after that. But I'm going with Big Cass to retain on this one. Lucas, who are you taking?
I'm taking the same. I mean, you're trying to promote this guy as a singles competitor and a heel. You know, I mean, who else to beat than his partner Enzo, who like is a huge crowd favorite? It just makes sense.
Casey?
I am going to agree. Big Cass with the W, but that's because I think the little man needs to go down to the land, and you've got the amazing heel in Neville. Just imagine down there and cutting promos against Neville. I mean, it writes itself, man. It writes itself. And Neville's amazing in the ring. He's plenty good enough to be able to carry Enzo in the actual match. And Enzo would be just amazing in the promos leading up to the match. That's what needs to happen in the future. So I got Enzo taking the loss this weekend. And, you know, crowd still loves him. So he can survive the loss, and maybe, like I said, it will lead him to be like, you know, I'm a little small to be competing with these giants, so maybe I need to wrestle some people my size.
Right.
As he said with the Big Show a couple weeks ago, he's 206, so he needs to cut down 1 pound. He needs to lose a pound so that he's eligible for the cruiserweight division.
I like it. And I agree with that. I don't know between him or Cedric Alexander who I would go with. Because if you're going to go with Enzo, I say you have Cedric challenge next and have Neville beat him and say, I've beaten everybody. And then maybe he issues an open challenge, and then out comes Enzo, and he's like, oh, God, what do I do? Enzo plants him with like a great DDT or something, or a roll-up, and beats him. And it's like, oh, my goodness, I can't believe I just lost to this guy out of all the guys I could have beaten.
Yeah.
Lost. And it writes itself. This one will be Casey's favorite match, so we'll let him go first. The Intercontinental Championship. Mike the Mizanin, The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. And I have don't care. This match is my initial thoughts.
What'd you say?
I have don't care next to this match with my initial thoughts.
Yeah, this is a feud that should have ended a couple months ago, honestly. The legs are no longer underneath this one. As much as I love The Miz, and I love The Miz, he is one of my favorite current stars right now in the WWE. Dude's amazing. It's just, I don't care. Like, Dean Ambrose seems apathetic about it. I mean, I think you and I talked about it, CJ. He's ripe for a heel turn, but they're keeping him face to, you know, for that Shield reunion. It's just, yeah, I don't care. The Miz wins this one to keep his belt. And hopefully he moves on to feud with someone worthy of The Miz.
I will also take The Miz on this one. Lucas?
Yeah, I was going to go with The Miz. I don't see why you take it off him right now. Every time Ambrose has had the title, I know you argue with me about it all the time, CJ, that it's not Ambrose's fault that he's always stale with the title. It's what they give him. And I agree with you, but I don't know. I just don't feel like Ambrose is right now.
Can I go on a mini Dean Ambrose rant? I guess this is a good time to do it. Like, with Dean Ambrose, here's the thing. People crap all over this dude, but he didn't get to beat John Cena, have a U.S. title open challenge. I'm sure he would love to have done that. He didn't. He never got that. He faces Brock Lesnar. Brock, I will let you hit me with a barbed wire baseball bat. Please let me do something cool so people will remember me. No, we can't have that. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to suplex you 6 times, and then we're just going to go home. Like, Dean Ambrose is given garbage, and then Miz went out there and cut him down on the microphone. I'm like, that doesn't even help the match. Like, you just embarrassed Ambrose, and he didn't care. He was just like, well, I'm just going to embarrass myself again and do exactly what you said I do. And I'm like, wow, that just makes Dean Ambrose look like an even bigger scrub. So I feel like Ambrose and Rollins and some of these other guys on Raw are just stuck in this rut, and you should have just left them on SmackDown. But neither here nor there. Ambrose definitely needs a heel turn ASAP, but looks like we all agree on that one. Next, the tag title, which seems to be my downfall in the prediction show. We have Sheamus and Cesaro, the champions, versus the Hardy Boys in a 30-minute Iron Man match. for the belts. Lucas, I guess I'll go first for this one. I have the Hardy Boys regaining the tag team titles from this and adding another reign to their belts and hopefully becoming broken in the onslaught here. Lucas, who do you have taking this?
Oh man! Originally, I had put down Sheamus and Cesaro because I still like the team up of them. I don't think their personalities are as strong together. I mean, and this is one of the matches that I don't care who wins because I think either one's going to be fine. I'd like them to start the broken angle, but I feel like you can't do that with them as champions. Like there has to be some sort of a loss that occurs where, like, I don't know, Matt hits his head, then blames his brother for something, and that because there's got to be a fissure in the team, and I don't think that's going to happen with them as champions. So that's why I think that if they start it now, they'd have to get a loss, and that'd be a big loss.
Casey.
I completely agree with Lucas. I'm going with Sheamus and Cesaro. For that exact reason. Like, yeah, I think the broken angle is coming sooner rather than later. And yeah, you can't do that off a win. I think the loss is going to be what drives it, drives them to it. And so yeah, I got Cesaro.
All right.
Let's first conflict.
Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. And in even bigger letters, I have I don't care next to this. Because I don't care. I really don't. I have nothing to say about this match. Lucas, who do you have taking this one?
I have Rollins taking it. But like I said, I really don't care about it either. It's not built up well. I could care less who actually wins. But I feel like Wyatt always loses. Always. I mean, that doesn't mean that he's going to lose this time, but the pattern, it's probably going to continue. So I had picked Rollins.
I have a difference of opinion. I think Bray Wyatt's going to win this one. You know why? Because WWE, you cannot have this man continue to lose. He's not the eater of worlds. He'll be the eater of pins. I really am starting to not even care about what he's rambling about in the desert because I don't even know what that promo was about. Make this guy win or turn him babyface immediately for me to care about him. Pick one or the other, WWE, because you're getting real close to that Dolph Ziggler territory, and I don't want it. When Dolph Ziggler won last year, when I went to that SmackDown taping for SummerSlam to face Ambrose, I didn't care. And it's getting that point with Bray. So either do something or just let it go and change the character. Casey, you will be the tiebreaker on this one.
Oh, man. I love my boy Bray. Bray is one of my favorite wrestlers. I think he's one of the most talented guys on the whole roster. And I agree with you, though. Like, he's just getting close. You can only root for someone for so long while WWE shoves pins down your throat before you it doesn't why even continue to support this guy? It just doesn't matter. So yeah. That being said, just in my heart of hearts, I gotta go with Bray. I hope they see that Seth, I think, right now is in a stronger position to where he can take a loss and still keep moving forward. Whereas Bray, if Bray eats this loss, I think it's the last straw for a lot of people. So I hope they see that and they give the W to Bray. I agree though, the build up to this match has been absolutely abysmal. Just it seemed like a nothing feud. Like, why are these two put together in a feud? And it just out of nowhere, and it was dumb. It was awful, but I hope Bray gets the win.
Next, we get to the women's title match. We have Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion, defending against Sasha Banks. Casey, let's start with you for that one too.
I gotta go with Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Sasha Banks, I feel like still hasn't fully the win for her, to become the number one contender, did a little bit to help her regain some of the cool factor that she used to have that she lost when she started going to 205 Live and dancing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, Alexa Bliss, and then moving on. I mean, all signs are pointing to Bliss versus Nia Jax, right? I mean, isn't that what it's going to come down to?
I hope so.
I see. Well, I'm thinking longer term, I guess. I see at WrestleMania possibly Sasha Banks and Bayley, but you get. There's plenty of time still to tell that story, and I think you have to go Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax. Just for the record, I'm picking Alexa Bliss as well.
Okay.
I believe she's going to cheat to win as well. For the record.
I picked Alexa Bliss as well.
It's going to be a SummerSlam rematch or a 4-way with a bunch of people in it. Lucas, who are you going with?
Yeah, I picked Alexa Bliss too. I think if she loses the title, it should be in like a triple threat or something like that. I think that'd be more interesting. I mean, because she's a great character. She's great with the belt. I don't see why you take it from her right now. I would wait for a bigger event like SummerSlam.
That or you give Nia a little short run with the belt to like Survivor Series. I don't know. I like Nia Jax as a character. I just feel like they don't give her anything to sink her teeth into.
I feel like I'd wait till the Royal Rumble or something like that. Like I would have Nia take it from SummerSlam to the Royal Rumble, and then lose it there to either Sasha or Bayley, and then have them take it to WrestleMania to face.
I don't know if Bayley's character is
not now, no,
able to be saved at this point either. She's awful. I gotta say.
I feel the Survivor Series is the perfect time to salvage Bayley's character.
Yeah.
If you have a women's, like if you can figure out a way to do a women's Survivor Series match, like good girls versus bad girls, and then you could have Bayley be the hero of her team and like really go the distance and kind of like what was it Dolph a few years ago, like when Sting came it did a lot for Dolph at that point, like
for Dolph.
Yeah, that was the last time I cared.
So you could do that similar thing with Bayley at Survivor Series this year. I
like it. Ambulance match: Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Lucas,
who's up?
Don't go to me first. Don't go to me first.
Oh, Lucas, it's got to happen. You know what, Casey, you're probably ready. Let's go with you first.
Oh, it's Braun all the way. It's Braun Strowman. I just feel like kind of similar to the like what I said about Seth Rollins. I just feel like WWE probably they love Roman, so they probably think that dude he could survive a loss to Braun. Plus, they view Roman very highly, clearly. So, having Strowman demolish Reigns will be a way to really elevate Braun and stuff. So I got Braun taking the W in this feud.
I will agree with Casey on this one. I also have Braun Strowman picking up the dub. Here is why. I think WWE number one is not creative enough to write WrestleMania at this point. Rewrite it. I also will say that Roman Reigns has that Shield reunion in his back pocket for the moment he wants to be relevant again. You can just give him that, and they made him look strong on Monday. I don't think a loss hurts him here at all. He's been looking like he's a badass trying to come back from all the beatdowns he's been taking from this dude. I have no issues with it, and I think this feud's actually been good. I've been interested in it. So I'm going with Braun for the W. Lucas, you're struggling over here. You're sweating.
Yes, I am struggling. Well, because you and I only have two matches that are different, and I would like a third one because I'm sure we agree on the Lesnar-Joe match, and I could see Reigns winning this match. You know, it's not implausible. I kind of agree with you because I don't think that I don't think Reigns needs the win necessarily. And I think if you're going to put Strowman against Lesnar, then you would have Strowman win this match. But I could also see them turning it around and having Reigns win the match, just like they had him beat The Undertaker, just like they had beat Strowman one time before. It's like, but I've been wrong a lot of times when it comes to you and me. I just try to separate on some of these matches just to get a difference. There's only two matches that are different. I guess to make it interesting, I'll say Reigns because I want to see what happens. I want something to root for further down the line. I mean, I'm not confident at all, but I'll say it just to be different.
All right,
all right. He's Lucas walking in and putting $1,000 on black.
All right.
Or Samoan if that's a color.
We here at Everything Pro Wrestling respect everyone's culture and heritage. Thank you. And the main event match for the Universal Championship, it's the red belt if anyone doesn't remember, because Lesnar disappeared for so long before. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. Brock Lesnar has Paul Heyman in his corner. I've loved the build-up to this match. I think this shows that Samoa Joe can be a big-time player, and you need to let him be a big-time player immediately.
Yeah.
I'm going with Brock Lesnar for the victory here. I think it seems like a layup answer. I want Samoa Joe to win so badly. Like, if Samoa Joe won and that was the reason why I lost, I would not cry about this. Like, I'd be like, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But I have to go with Lesnar because I don't think they're creative enough to rewrite WrestleMania. I think at SummerSlam we're going to see Lesnar versus Strowman. It's a match that I think they promised all those guys a match against Lesnar eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd pick Lesnar too. I mean, I'm the same thing. I want Joe to win. If he wins, I'll still be happy. I don't care.
Casey.
I mean, yeah, Lesnar, just because everything you said. Though, if I was if I was the head of creative, I'd have Paul Heyman turn on Brock Lesnar and help Samoa Joe win. And now Heyman aligns himself with Samoa Joe. And you had this awesome feud that you could continue between Joe and Lesnar, and Heyman and Lesnar. That's the way I would have gone with it. But the way they've written everything.
Heyman wrote the storyline for this, actually.
Yeah, I did too.
So it's going to be Lesnar taking the dub Sunday night.
All right. Well, gentlemen, that looks like we have all of our predictions in. They are locked and finalized. Fans, I have to thank you. If you could see me and Casey shirts to elbow drop that like button. Also, make sure that if you haven't, click that red button to subscribe to the channel. And if you are having any differing opinions or want to just share your thoughts, leave a comment down below. Casey, Lucas, I want to thank you guys for joining me, and we are out.
Ooh, yeah.
Peace. Dig it.